Jeremy Miller of the hit TV series Growing Pains. You've been summoned to jury duty. Kari Michaelsen of Gimme a Break. You've been summoned to jury duty. Different Strokes sitcom star Todd Bridges. You've been summoned to jury duty.
Oh, I'm on jury duty. Woo! Woo! Thanks, man. See you there.
The only court show where celebrity jurors decide the outcome of your case. Jury duty. Don't even try getting out of it.
All rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Judge Bruce Cutler presides.
Top of the day to you, Sergeant.
Maybe the rest of the day be yours.
Jurors, I'm in a good mood today, and I don't think there's any reason why I shouldn't. So I want to welcome you. Welcome to jury duty, everyone. Please sit down. On jury duty, the jury decides the case. This is a crazy state, this state of California, as the governor would call it. Palm trees and holes in the ground. That's what this case is about. You wouldn't find it in New York, where I'm from. But out here, this is the case. It's a breach of contract action, but it's about palm trees and holes in the ground. The plaintiff, Mr. Lamont Rager, in the nice red shirt there, agreed to sell the defendant, Frank Arreola, in that greenish shirt there, 2 palm trees, and they were on the plaintiff's property, for $2,000, $1,000 per tree. Mr. Arreola picked up and paid for 1 palm tree, but has not picked up or paid for the remaining tree, nor has he filled the hole left by the first tree, by the removal of the first tree, I should say. Mr. Rager is suing Mr. Arreola for $1,323, which is the cost of the remaining tree, plus the various fees he has incurred as a result of this broken contract of sale. The defendant, Mr. Arreola, you're not alone, says he did not agree to a specific date, and he always intended to buy the second tree and fill in the hole, but he needed more time to secure a spot for it. Mr. Rager, what happened here?
The agreement was written, and it was also verbal.
Do you have a written agreement?
I do have a written agreement.
Is it signed by both parties?
It's signed by both parties.
Is it dated?
It's dated.
He picked up the 1 tree.
He did pick up the 1 tree.
Oh, by the way, before I forget, is there anything in there about time of purchase?
Yes. He was to pick up the second tree. He was to pay me for the second tree on May 17th.
That's in the contract?
Mr. Arreola wrote the contract himself. I signed it, and he signed it. So once we agreed upon the sale of the 2 palm trees, he saw a car, a Mercedes that I had parked in the street. Okay? This was for sale by me.
So what happened? This is not about a Mercedes. It's about palm trees and holes in the ground.
The character.
Oh, but get into the trees, Mr. Rager.
Yes.
What happened?
He took the 1 tree, and he came ill-prepared for that tree. He didn't have a crane the first day that was large enough to lift the tree, so he came back the second day. He got the tree the second day, and they didn't have...
Did he pay you for the 1 tree?
He paid me for the 1 tree.
Did he ever fill in the hole for the 1 tree?
He did not fill the hole.
Did he ever give you money for the second tree?
He never gave me money for the second tree.
And so he never removed it, never gave you money. That's why we're in court. Mr. Arreola, what say you? What do you say?
Sir, first of all, I agree to remove both trees, okay?
See?
And I have sold both trees to 1 customer. So I took the first tree.
Oh, did you, Mr. Arreola, did you buy them to resell them? Is that
Yes.
the idea?
Yes,
see.
sir.
Is that
It
your
cost
business?
me-
Is that your business?
Yes, it is.
All right, good.
I came back the second day and filled up the hole and fixed the sprinklers that I had broken. I put a new sprinkler in there in the middle, and I filled up the hole. But it was about this much more dirt, okay? And then I told them, can you wait for the rest of that to fill it up until I come back for the palm tree? Oh, yeah.
For the second tree?
For the second tree. He says,
So
yes,
what
I can
happened
wait.
then?
And then I called him up and I told him,
You don't need to do that.
I told him that...
We don't do that in jury duty.
Okay, I told him
You
that...
just say you made a phone call. You don't do that.
Okay,
You don't need to do it.
I made a phone call and I told him it's going to be a month before I can take the other tree.
All right. That may have changed
And-
things in Mr.
There's
Rager's
no
mind.
truth to that, Your Honor.
And then
Well, let's listen to it anyway.
he was mad about it and he told me that...
You know, Mr. Rager, it's interesting. You say there's no truth to it. Mr. Arreola looks like an honest man.
I never heard from Mr. Arreola. The only time I saw him was about this Mercedes. He comes out to my home. Again, let me tell you.
You're bringing up the car again.
I'm bringing up the car again. I'm showing
All right, bring it
you
up.
what it is. He come out about this car, but it wasn't for his wife. He comes out with a woman he described as his girlfriend.
Oh, yes, he's a married man.
She's thick, big-chested, low neckline, tattoos above her breast, pants that are painted on her, war paint all over her face, no eyebrows, they're painted. She doesn't speak a word of English. He says to me he's got to buy her for my car.
But that's not fair, Mr. Rager, because it's not nice. It's not fair.
It was 5 people, Your Honor. It was just me and her. It
I know.
was 5 different people.
5
there.
people together,
Yes.
including
and
the
she
lady.
is a girlfriend.
I know that.
Yes.
She's a friend who's a girl.
Yes.
I have girls that are friends.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a girlfriend, but I have girls that are friends. Mr. Rager, it's not nice to say that. You shouldn't say that. But Mr. Rager, did you believe he was going to buy the second tree?
In the beginning, yes, I did.
But what changed your mind?
When he didn't return phone calls, he never called me. I called him numerous times.
Mrs. Rager, you're a nice lady. Why is your husband all worked up?
He never disclosed
Well, that
it
may
would
be
happen
true.
in a month, 2 weeks, 1 week. He
right.
never returned our calls. He never spoke to us.
They're saying you disappeared. You were not reachable. You were not accessible. You didn't return their calls. That's what
correct.
they're
Yes,
saying.
I did.
He
I
never,
know that.
he
I know,
never
but
answered
that-
the letter of
But
demand.
that's what they're saying. We've heard enough. I want the jurors to participate. And Mrs. Rager, I want you to relax and sit down. When we come back, I'm going to introduce this blue ribbon panel of jurors, see what they have to say about palm trees and holes in the ground.
Coming up, the homeowner attacks the defendant's family tree.
For some reason, has he stiffed you before?
No, but his brother-in-law did.
This is
what does that have to do
What
with
does that have to do with
This is
that?
about his brother-in-law, not about him.
No, this runs in the family.
Wait a minute.
Next on Jury Duty. You're watching Jury Duty, fixing the ugly side of Better Homes and Garden.
Jurors, by way of a quick recap, palm trees and holes in the ground. The plaintiff, Mr. Rager, is suing the defendant, Mr. Arreola, for breach of contract in the amount of $1,322. Mr. Arreola paid for and picked up 1 palm tree and was supposed to pick up the second tree on a specified date, according to the plaintiff, but failed to do so. In addition, thereto, the hole left by the first tree was never properly filled in as promised, according to the plaintiff. That's a nice outfit you have on, Kari.
Thank you.
Well, I was going to say thank you. Thank you.
Well,
Kari.
because she changed from the other outfit. Mr. Arreola says he still wants the tree, but he needs more time to move the tree. So we're trying to look at intent here and see, is this really a breach of contract action? Did Mr. Rager act precipitously? Should he have waited? Would Mr. Arreola have fulfilled his obligation under the contract if he waited? These are questions for our jury to ask and find out. I think we ought to begin with Mr. Miller, since he's closest to me.
I guess my main, one of the first things I want to ask, I want to know, is your position that he never notified you at all that there would be
A delay?
a delay?
Right, he never did.
He says he could never get a hold of him.
I sent him, after all the phone calls that I couldn't get through to him, I tried to get his cell phone. His wife didn't know it. Nobody knew his cell phone. I sent him a letter of demand, which I have right here. I gave him something like 3 weeks in this letter to respond to my wishes.
Mr. Arreola, did you respond to this letter? Do you have any paperwork or any documents that you sent to him or notified him?
No, sir. I gave him a call on a Monday when I was supposed to come back for the tree and told him that I could not deliver the tree until 2 weeks after.
Did you speak with
and
him
he
or
agreed.
did you leave a message?
Huh?
Did you speak with him or did you leave a
Yes, I
message?
did. I spoke to him. He said he'll wait 2 weeks. And then after they told me that it has to be another 2 weeks. I
Mr.
called him up
Rager
and he
denies it's
became
true.
mad.
I deny it. I have
Really
proof.
mad.
I have proof of delivery that he
You
received.
can't prove a negative. You just deny what he says is true, really. That's what you have proof of.
I was kind of curious about something. Now that you're here and you're listening to him, if you had known, because you say you didn't, if you had known that there was a delay and that he was going to buy the second tree, but there was going to be a bit of delay. Would you have no problem with that?
If I would have known it from the beginning, yes. But
So how about that? He's saying he still wants the tree.
I'll sell the tree, but I don't believe he's going to pay for it.
He has no faith in the man.
So you were waiting for, let me mention, do you guys have any other business dealings together? Because for some reason, has he stiffed you before?
No, but his brother-in-law did.
Oh.
So
this is about his brother-in-law.
Back on August 2nd.
So then this is about,
have to do
What
with
does that have to do with
this is
him?
about
August
his
2nd.
brother-in-law, not about him.
No, this runs in the family.
Wait a minute, Max. Hold on. You say it runs in the family. Come on, that's not a right thing. That's like
Right here, I have the
it
proof.
doesn't matter. That's like saying all black people steal. Come on.
I have the proof.
I've only stolen once.
His brother-in-law, B.C. Valencia, agreed to buy both palm trees as well.
There's bad blood here.
Yes,
You've got
something
car
else.
sales,
It's really
you got
about the brother-in-law.
sprinklers, you got the brother-in-law, and now you have Mr. Arreola.
So you're feeling that because his brother...
You have other business dealings.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
My feeling towards him, he never made any contact
Right,
with
it's
me.
communication.
And right, and when I tried contacting him, it failed every single time. He received my letter, asked him why he didn't respond.
I didn't receive no letter. I received
I
phone
have
calls.
proof.
Why
Do you
didn't you not
certify?
respond to
Is
his
it
phone call?
certified?
I did. I called him back.
You called him once or twice? You talked to him once or
I
twice?
think I talked to him over the phone like maybe 4 times.
You have a certified letter?
Yes, here it is right here.
What is that saying?
Well, meaning it was received.
Okay.
It's being received.
Give that to the
That
judge,
was
or the
received.
bailiff.
You know, it's just amazing to me, to Sergeant Denny,
This is
to
back
go
in
through all
June.
this trouble to bring the suit, but you can't deny you've got proof
Sure can't.
that you tried to look for the defendant, Mr. Arreola.
The only time I heard from him was once. That's after that Mercedes deal.
See, so you were going to deal with him about selling a Mercedes?
Hey.
After he screwed you with the palm tree, now you're about to go after a Mercedes, try to sell a Mercedes deal.
No. The
that
Mercedes
before?
deal, I didn't sell him the Mercedes.
No, but was that before? So when you saw him about the Mercedes, did you not say, where's my palm tree money?
Yes, I did.
And what did he say to you then?
And he kept telling me, as soon as he gets paid for that first tree that he had bought, he would pay me. That's
So
what he told me.
the issue is galvanized. Todd and Kari and Jeremy. Let's hold on. Wait, stay. Let's see if we can make sense of this.
Okay.
Are these parties dealing with each other with clean hands? Is there some bad blood existing here from something else? I don't really know. But I want to put you under the supervision of Sergeant Dennehy. And you don't have to answer all these questions. You just have to see if you can unanimously agree on a verdict, in this case, of Rager versus Arreola. So do you think you want to give it a try?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Up next, did the plaintiff's personal attack help or hurt his case? Hear what the celebrities think when Jury Duty returns. You're watching Jury Duty, making someone pay for barking up the wrong tree.
It seems like to me that the guy does have documentation, but I think the guy got impatient. I really believe that and could not wait for...
Yeah, but Todd, I mean, you've been through this before, and I think I have too. When you have an agreement with somebody and somebody doesn't call you back.
Exactly.
I mean, my feeling is that I think maybe Mr. Arreola was afraid he was going to get mad, and so he's avoiding like calling him, thinking I'll wait to call him till I have the money, right? And thinking it'll be okay, rather than understanding it would be better to call him and say, look, here's the deal. I still want the tree. I'm sorry, I don't have the money. Can we push it back? You know what I'm saying?
People are not ready.
Well, what I was thinking was along the lines of what you were saying was, unfortunately, he made a contract, he made a deal here that was unfortunately contingent on someone else being able to complete the deal. But that is his responsibility.
Did you not say, where's my palm tree money?
Yes, I did.
And what did he say to you then?
And he kept telling me, as soon as he gets paid for that first tree that he had bought, he would pay me.
And even if you gave him the money for the tree, $1,000 for the tree, and he said, I'm going to pick the tree up in a couple of weeks, that still would have been different because the guy would have been satisfied he would have had his money.
Do you agree that you think that he didn't communicate as
he didn't communicate, period.
He's saying he did, but do any of us really believe that
I ripped the tree up before, and I had to fill the hole in myself. And it's really a lot of hard work. I had to bring some dirt in, pay for the dirt to be brought in. I had to stamp it down. It was. I was working like I was a slave, and I quit that a long time ago. But imagine having a big hole in your backyard, and you're calling somebody to come fill it up, and the guy doesn't want to return your phone call.
Right.
That can make you very angry.
Well, depending on how anal you are about your landscape.
I'm anal about having things fixed that I pay.
To play devil's advocate here a little, though, we have no proof here in the evidence that that letter or any contact was ever made between, that the plaintiff ever made an effort.
Right.
There's that receipt for the certified has no signature that it was received.
And I don't see a hole here. I
No,
see.
I don't see a
Oh,
hole.
no, it's not a hole. It's not really.
That's a partial hole.
No, it just looks kind of sad without the tree in it.
And there's no grass, but
There's no grass,
it
but he
doesn't
didn't.
look like-
He didn't say he was going to put grass
Right.
in.
It didn't say it was going to
Right? He
landscape
said he was
it.
going
He's
to
just
fill the
supposed to fill in
hole,
the
but
So
not.
why didn't you take a picture of the hole when it was a hole? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, because this isn't a hole.
No. It isn't a hole. I mean, okay, that's a semi-hole, but not a hole.
Well, doesn't
It's not
even,
a
if you
hole.
look right
It's
here
not a
next to the
hole.
grass, that's maybe what,
No, it's just
2
because.
inches?
Listen, there was a huge tree there.
2 inches, 3 inches?
Right.
The I mean, if
It
you
wasn't to
lay,
his
if you lay,
specifications. That's what it was.
if you lay down grass or
Well, listen, it wasn't to.
anything.
You had specifications or to his expectations.
Yes,
Expectations.
How about that?
Probably.
Yeah, and
he
that's-
had
you know what they
something
say
he
about-
expected.
Well, you know what they say about expectations.
Yeah.
It makes a such and such out of you
right.
and me.
Right.
Assumption.
Well,
So where do you, so where are we at with this?
It's a case of bad business, bad blood, and a bad brother-in-law. Will justice be served, and will Judge Cutler agree? Find out next on Jury Duty. You're watching Jury Duty. Don't even try getting out of it.
Well, jurors, how'd you do?
it was
It
tough.
was hard. This was hard.
This
This
was a
was
hard
hard because
Very
we didn't
difficult
really want to
case.
go the way we went, but based on the legal aspect of it,
Exactly.
We thought we
felt
came
that
to the
we
right
felt that
decision.
we had to.
You ready to give Sergeant Dennehy the verdict form?
Yes.
Yes,
Kari?
we are.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Kari, and thank you, Jeremy, for your hard work on jury duty. The jury gets to make the decision on jury duty, and they've come to a unanimous decision in this case. In the case of Rager versus Arreola. Rager versus Arreola. Let's see what the jury verdict is. They have found for you, Mr. Rager, for $1,320. They found against you, Mr. Arreola, for $1,320. They found for the plaintiff. I think it's a pretty tough cookie verdict. A contract is a contract is a contract is a contract is a contract. Got to stick by the contract. I, on the other hand, I'm a little bit softer. I would have given Mr. Arreola a chance for what's called specific performance. Let him see if he'd fill in the hole and buy the second tree. Give him a chance. You know, pull in your reins a little bit. But contract is a contract. The jury has found it, and you won, Mr. Rager.
Thank you.
So I wish you both well. Jury duty, we are adjourned. Thank you, jurors.
The jury has awarded the plaintiff, Lamont Rager, $1,320, the entire amount sought.
We really believed, Mr. Arreola, that he was in good faith going to take the other tree, that he really did want it, that he was going to purchase it and finish the job the way he had said. Unfortunately, he never made any contact or any attempt that we could see to really try and prove that to the plaintiff.
Now that the plaintiff has received his money, that he will do the right thing and let Mr. Arreola come and take that tree and put it where he's supposed to put it. So I hope he does the right thing on his end now that he's gotten his money. So hope it all works out happily.
Bottom line is, next time when someone's making phone calls to you, call that person back and be honest. Just tell the truth. The truth never hurts. It always works out in your favor when you tell the truth.
Today's show has been brought to you by Dale Tiffany's Craftsman Collection brings you this handcrafted desk lamp. The combination of wood and iridescent glass creates a design to coordinate with any home decor from Dale Tiffany.